I think these are the first enemy in the game where your regular pea shooter actually won't work, so you have to use the missiles. Hallelujah, because I just love to hoard these missiles and never ever use them. If I don't have like 0 missiles for most of this playthrough, I have done something wrong. I'm gonna really try to remedy my mistakes of the past right here. Don't just rely on the pea shooter, because the other resource that you have can be dwindled away. Go ahead and use that firepower. We are Samus after all. Gotta feel empowered. Have to feel like a weapon. Gotta use your body as a weapon. Oh yeah, the 4 bosses, by the way. 2 familiar faces, 2 not so familiar if you were playing this back in 1994. I guess the year I was born. Although I was born at the tail end of 1994, so I don't really associate the year with myself per se, but hey, there you go. Saw Kraid and Ridley right there, of course, coming back from Zero Mission, and 2 new guys as well, although, you know, if you watched the channel before and you watch my playthrough of Other Rim, we've already seen Fantoon, so substantially less creepier in this game, though. Ah, God, I hate these so much. Pulsating little... What even is that? Some kind of nest. And as we know, Metroid loves its nests and bugs and metamorphoses and guts and... Well, maybe not guts so much, but, you know, something like that. Something that'll gross you out and creep you out. And I love this series for it. Wouldn't have the series based on Alien be any other way, to be quite honest. And bye-bye, Criteria. See you never. No, we're gonna be back soon. Ah, Brinstar. I don't know why, but I always associate the palette of Brinstar with, like, not this, I guess. I don't know why. Like, I always think of the red that we're gonna see later for some reason. Also different music as well, but yeah, right here we're gonna go, and can't quite do it. I think it's possible to do it. That's gonna be one of those sequence breaks. Maybe I could do it right now. I just don't really remember how to do it right now. I think you have to dash and then go into the morph ball. It's gonna be one of those where I don't really mind not getting it right now, I just come back later. God, that's in like the recesses of my mind. I'm pretty sure I've gotten that early before. And that's one example where I wouldn't even mind kind of doing the sequence breaking. But when I say sequence breaking, I'm more talking about just using the wall jumps to get where, you know, maybe you don't necessarily need to get at the moment. Like if you didn't know what the wall jump was, which would be the majority of players. I mean, the game doesn't teach you how to do that until quite a ways in, and it's hidden away, and it's an optional area, and, you know, all that really good stuff. But that's kind of more of what I'm talking about, where if we just, like, find a little alcove where either you wait to get the space jump or the high jump, or you just do the wall jump right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the wall jump. Oh, hey, map date already. Also pretty simplistic. First Metroid game with a map ever, and boy... Going back to my flashbacks with Metroid 2, boy, am I... You know, that's one of those things where I think back. And I don't think it's a bad thing that I just kind of use this series to kind of reflect on the history of my channel and the history of my channel as it pertains to Metroid. Because I don't know, the whole channel thing is kind of interwoven with Metroid, and Super Metroid is integral to that, so I don't feel so bad about it. I'm just gonna talk about it, it's okay. But I just can't really believe, and this is just me, you know, kind of thinking about the type of games that I was playing back in the day, and, you know, what I had time to do as just a kid in high school, and what I had the will to do. How on earth did I, like, functionally 100% complete Metroid 2? I don't think I 100%ed it did I? Man, I haven't watched that back in so long, because I don't really like watching myself, but just the fact that I did that and there was no map and it was an original Game Boy game, pretty intense of me, pretty hardcore of me. I should just pat myself on the back for doing that back in the day. All in the name of just playing all the Metroid games kind of in chronological order. Although that's a lie, I always had the intention of skipping Super Metroid and going right to Metroid Prime after I had finished with Metroid 2. Didn't really end up happening though. Because Metroid Prime, when I tried to play it that first time, was a freaking disaster. I just did not have the capability of actually recording console footage at that point and being happy with it. As many of my earlier console games prove. But, oh hey, missile recharge station. I mean, that's something you'll forget was actually a thing in Metroid back in the day. That's a thing you forget was actually in Metroid Prime, right? Like, whenever I replay Metroid Prime, I'm always kind of shocked whenever I find a missile recharge station. Like, oh yeah, that was a thing. You know, before, both Zero Mission... Was it Zero Mission? No, I think it started with Fusion, where you got, like, the missile recharge stations right next to the health recharge station and the save stations, so... just kind of bizarre to think about that they were kind of, like, separated out at one time. I would prefer that the game was kind of designed around the energy refill stations and the missile refill stations not being part of the save point. I'm just gonna run. Who cares? Let's go! So I would prefer the save stations and the energy and missile stations be separate, but I would like the energy and missile stations to be, like, kind of lumped together. Because when we get down to it, you know, missiles do get less helpful as the game goes on, and our armament gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So, I mean, the health recharge stations really are better, and so the missile recharges are just like, bleh, once you go a little bit further, you know? And I know I'm talking really fast right here, it's because I'm kind of excited to be playing this game, so you'll have to forgive me here. If I don't make any sense, well, I guess that's my own fault. I have worse playthroughs, so I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. How are we doing right here? Pretty good on energy, although these guys are probably going to take that down a little bit. Pretty good on missiles as well. I want to be topped off with missiles by the time we get much further. Because I'm not going to underestimate my ability to screw this up. You know, I want to be pretty good for this game. You know, I want to be competent. I want to show it the respect it deserves. I want to prove that I'm not absolutely terrible. But at the same time, I do have a tendency to just kind of choke on screen whenever the camera's actually rolling, so I have to keep that in mind. But as long as I have the 20 missiles going into this, we should be just fine. And also, I have done, like, modern-day practices, so... I mean, how bad can I actually be, even with the camera rolling? And I know, those are famous last words. Don't think we need to grind anymore right here. And I actually think... Do I need to get more missiles? I could take down a few of these bugs to do it. I remember the first time I played this game way back in the day, and I know I wanted the series to... I wanted this playthrough to avoid, like, oh, this is... Back in the day, you know, I always didn't... But I had to camp out at those things pretty pretty regularly in order to just survive the game. Because I had not played a ton of Super Nintendo games back when I was, playing this game on the Wii Shop channel, or whatever, WiiWare, whatever it was called, the Wii Virtual Console. Yeah, the Wii Virtual Console is technically the name. So I was really kind of, like, used to, like, the Super Nintendo difficulty at the time, you know, so kind of took some doing. Of course, you know, I'm far more of an accomplished gamer these days. Okay, here we go. Second proper boss in the game. Man, does this music just really disturb me, too. Just kind of, like, the simplicity of it, just, yeah, I don't really like it. But what I like to do is just kind of camp out in the corner right here, Spore Spawn, because that's what his name is. I like how I've alluded to Spore Spawn several times throughout the series, and yeah, we're finally fighting Spore Spawn. It's kind of strange. But, oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Spore Spawn could not really get you if you're Morph Ball form right here. No matter how intense it gets, or no matter how, like, many times it just kind of goes around like this. So, I don't think we can actually force open the core by, like, firing something into it. But I always try to get the 2 missiles in right here, and there's a reason this guy's not even fought whenever you watch speedruns of this game. Because this is a very slow and tedious boss fight. If you're trying to get through this as quickly as possible, don't really want to be sitting right here just waiting for the weak point to open up, you know, so... Okay, I thought for sure that would get him to the next 4, and maybe the 2 missiles is not working too well. Maybe I could try to punch 3 in. But, you know, I do want to talk about the design of Super Metroid a little bit, even if it's been talked to death. But I do like how this one, you know, it's kind of like the first, I guess, difficult boss fight in the game. But you always have the spores that are always coming down from the ceiling, right? And you can always bust those open to get more missiles if you needed more energy. So it is still a beginner-friendly boss without being completely brain-dead like the living Chozo statue was kind of at the beginning. So, get 4 more missiles, but 1 more do it. I mean, he's already freaking out pretty bad right here. Also, don't think about what this guy actually looks like too much. Trust me, your mind doesn't really want to go there. Oh, come on! I thought for sure that would be it. Alright, I'm gonna need, like, 1 more missile, I guess. Let's see. I have plenty of energy here, so I can be a bit more ballsy with trying to get these missiles. Okay, 5 should do it. 5 should be just fine. Open up! Oh yeah, this is easy. Oh, come on! I guess I should have done a little bunny hop right there. Speedrunner's Bane, you want to call this? Like that segment back in Shantae Pirate's Curse? Which I did not replay this year, even though I seriously did want to. Okay, this should do it. Yeah, there we go. If you predict it enough times, it will eventually come true. I really like how everything just goes kind of dead right here. You think, man, am I the villain here? I just killed, like, this native life form to playing at Sebas. But it was trying to kill us, and I mean, was it really sentient? Was it just like a really mean plant? So should I really feel bad? Answer's gonna be no. I mean, it was creepy. It wasn't like a pretty flower or anything like that, so I don't care. Here we go! Okay, that actually lasted a lot longer than I kind of expected. I was like, I'll just shut up until we get to the bottom, and then, you know, we'll do the superhero landing, and I'll compare it to the drop in Castlevania 1, and yeah, it didn't really work out. Kind of had more awkward silence there than I really thought. And this is something I think is strange. Why are you gonna have, like, the farming bugs here after the boss fight? You know, especially when the boss fight gives you all that ammo and all that energy after the fact. And I also like right there how that's the first time that normally, if you're not sequence breaking, you open up a super missile door. Oh yeah, we got the super missiles, by the way. I'm glad that I'm not falling into walkthrough mode here. But I like how that's the first time that you have to use the super missiles in order to open the door. And the game just kind of illustrates to you, yeah, if you use the super missiles, sometimes enemies will just kind of fall out of the ceiling? Seasonal ceiling? Something like that. For no reason at all, so you gotta watch out for that. And if we look at the map right here, Let's see, I don't think I can actually get to that power-up right there for right now. And this right here, all the other rooms, those are going to be blocked by a power bomb door. So I'm going to get out of here. I don't need to worry about this. Though if we go over here, I don't know if I could break through that anyway, so we're just going to continue onward. We will be coming back here anyway, so... And of course, I do want to have a sense of urgency doing this. We have to do this in under 3 hours, because in 3 hours, this entire plane is going to blow up no matter what I do. And I'm not going to get the best ending, so it's going to completely defeat the point, but here we go! Charge beam. I love how this is just tucked away here at the bottom. You can just totally not get it. You know, it's not like Zero Mission where it's just sitting there. I forget, like, is it mandatory to actually get that? I kind of forget, honestly, but I don't believe it is, actually. Okay, can I think about it? I don't know. Like, well, it's just, you know, it's presented to you in a way that you really have to purposely not get it for some reason. Whereas with this game, if you just don't think to bomb underneath there, you're just not gonna freaking get it. It's not, like, right in your direct vicinity or something like that. Ah, crap, the grasshoppers. I don't know what those are, but they always kind of look like grasshoppers to me. And I think my first example of sequence breaking is actually gonna be right here. Oh, we have to roll in. There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. There's nothing but a missile back here, so if you just wall jump, you can get it. Or you can wait until you have the high jump, I guess. And granted, the high jump is not all that far away, or you can wait until you get the space jump. Like, towards the end of the game, honestly. But, I mean, it's just right there, so why not just do a singular wall jump and just get it over with, you know? Open up! Okay, I'm gonna use the missiles for these guys. Remember, use the missiles, you have 30 of them. And that should do it. Nice. Oh no! Crap, super missile. I have to be very wary to not do that. Whereas I'm kind of more used to the more modern 2D Metroids to where, you don't cycle through your ammo. You know, you just hold one button and there you go. I have to remember that just because you switch off the missiles does not mean that you're not going to be using precious ammo from here on out. Yeah, the super missiles. You're going to be hearing me say that quite a bit. Where are all the super missiles at? Oh, didn't see that on the floor. You thought you could blend in with the floor, you little cactus. I don't think so. But yeah, where are all the super missiles at? You can never have enough super missiles in this game. You just always need more, always need more. It never resolves itself. So whenever I find myself using one when I absolutely did not have to, gotta be kicking myself in the shin for that one. Though how do you kick yourself in the shin exactly? I guess maybe with the heel you could do it. Okay, it doesn't matter. Oh, more grasshoppers. I think we just need to fall to the bottom here. After I get my super missile, of course. Bye-bye. And this should be easy enough. Down to the bottom! And of course this is the area I think of whenever I think of Brinstar. Complete with the lower Brinstar theme. Actually... Ooh, is this another one right here? Hold up. Of course, we're gonna be coming back here sooner rather than later, so maybe I shouldn't worry about it. Yeah, we're not gonna waste too much time right here. There might be another one right there, I don't really remember, trying to rack my memory. Nothing's really there, and it's kind of bouncing around in my noggin, because it's empty, there's nothing going on in there, but, this music. Surprisingly enough, takes me back to, what was it? The Torvus Catacombs, way back in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, when I pointed out. The music sounds so lovely there. Okay, but I believe this is going to be sequence breaking example number 2 right here. Hey, here we go. So if we just get up here, and this is one where it's very worth your while to go out of the way and get this one early. This is like the #1 early power-up if you're going to do this at all. And what do we get? Drumroll, please! Not gonna sing along to the song, because that would be stupid. The Spazer Beam! And this is automatically just going to power us up substantially, look at this, in conjunction with the Charge Beam. Looks good. And something else I really like about this game, you get to see Samus's suit and all of her power-ups, and you can even turn them off if you want to. Not quite sure why you would want to do that, beam-wise. Actually, I think some of the beams don't really stack properly, so when used in conjunction with the Spazer Beam, so I suppose that's understandable. There are, like, a couple of examples, I can only think of, like, the one off the top of my head, where you don't want to have the high jump boots equipped, actually. No! No, no, no! Not the water! Not the water! No, stay away! Stay away! Stay away! Oh, water in Metroid games. Me being annoyed due to water in Metroid games. Name a more iconic duo. And another nice little design tidbit right here is that you can get up here easily, right? And you can see there's something up there. Those are the textures and the layout that is associated with the Chozo statue, so the game is like, hey, look around a little bit more. Maybe take advantage of some abilities, or come back here later when you do have the high jump boots, and see if you can do something. Really like it. I will be harping on about the genius design of Super Metroid for the entirety of this playthrough. There will be no exceptions. There will be no quarter. There will be no stopping. It's my series, it's my game, I'm gonna fanboy as much as I want. But of course, I think there are very few people who would disagree with the genius of this game. Makes me think though, if this was released in the modern day, would it have such universal critical acclaim? I mean, yeah, probably. We still get games like that. I was about to say that doesn't really happen anymore, but it totally does. Zelda, Breath of the Wild, things like that.